So I'm going to talk about my first ever experience at Suncorp Stadium to watch an NRL match known as State of Origin, which is Queensland Maroons versus the New South Wales Blues. So I grew up watching State of Origin when I was little. I grew up watching it with my grandma. So I'd get dressed up in my maroon gear, do maroon pom-poms and, go berserk with hair and makeup and whatever else. And it was something that brought me and my grandmother closer every year for the free match series. And after she passed away, unfortunately, it was a bit of a sad time, but I still continued that and made me feel closer to her each year. But through that, I found out on my dad's side of the family, when I got to meet my granddad, he was much of a supporter as well. So I asked him when I was able to, save up a bit of money, do you want to go with me to see State of Origin live in Brisbane? And he said yes. And so, I got ready, looked at buying tickets, and tickets were really expensive. And I think for being a fanatic, as described by Reed and Sinister, is a fanatic is someone that is obsessed and devoted and loyal, regardless whether the obsession is dysfunctional or not. And that was definitely me. My granddad, not as much as me. I think I was a bit of, a fanatic, devoted till, since I was little till now. And that's where I think the entertainment experience came in, because it's whatever people are really willing to spend their money and their spare time with. And that's what we were both there for, that experience. So I saved up a lot of money to, pay me and my granddad's tickets to go through the Suncorp Stadium to get sideline tickets, which were phenomenal because it was right on the sideline and right near the try line. So we were pretty close. Honestly, if I put my hand out, give it another meter and I could have touched, the grass. It was so close. And that experience was just overwhelming. Watching it live and actually meeting other people that were in maroon jerseys, and it didn't matter where I was from or what I knew about the game. We were automatically friends. We knew each other for decades. We conversed prior to the match and watching it on the big screen, when they're doing all the replays, going back through saying, 10 years ago this happened or last week this happened. Really got us engaging in conversation, as well as what they posted on social media prior and leading up to it, a few minutes beforehand. And the entertainment that was put on, it was all phenomenal, which really got us to engage. So one thing I'd say I took away from it was engaging with the audience before the game, as well as during the game, during halftime, saying, what did you think of this? Who do you think is best player? And I think that kept it even more of an experience, but also seeing everybody cheering on Queensland.